What's up guys, Yasser here. Welcome back to my channel. You're watching Yasser's Fit Frag, and today I'm going to talk about some of the Tom Ford clone oils from the brand Perfume Depot again. So if you haven't watched my first video on Perfume Depot, you can watch it using the above link. I've also made part 2 and 3 of Perfume Depot oils. You can watch that using the above link. So this is actually part 4 of Perfume Depot oils because he's got a huge collections. I would say more than 100 I guess, or maybe even more than 150. I haven't tried all of them. Maybe I've tried more than 50 by now. So I will speak about only the best ones, but I will also mention those which I personally did not like a lot, because maybe you might like it, though I do not like it, because it all depends on individual taste. So again, from the Tom Ford clone oils collections, I have about 14 different Tom Ford types. So I'll speak about the first 4, which I was not very fond of. They're still fine. Maybe you guys would like it based on your individual taste. And then I'll talk about the 3 Tom Ford collections, which are more on the feminine side. And then I'll talk about the last 7, which I really liked from the Tom Ford collection. Though I am not a huge fan of Tom Ford, but there are few which I really enjoy wearing, which I like the most. So I'll first talk about the 4 Tom Ford types, which I am not really fond of. So the first one is Tom Ford Neroli Portofino. So Neroli Portofino is more on the fresh category of Tom Ford fragrance. I did smell the original Neroli Portofino from Tom Ford, and to be honest, this kind of smells similar. I would say about 60 to 70%. Honestly, I am not a huge fan of the original Tom Ford Neroli Portofino as well, because it smells more like citrus neroli and amber, because it smells more like a green soap bar to me, the bathing soap, which is usually green in color, which gives that feel of leafy plant kind of a smell in soaps. So it has citrus, amber and neroli and some green leafy kind of a smell. I'm not a huge fan of this, so I'm not going to explain too much. But if you are a fan of the original Tom Ford Neroli Portofino, I think you might like it. So you can definitely get a sample whenever you order a larger quantity of Perfume Depot oils. So I got these samples when my dad bought a full bottle of Cambodian oud, because he is a huge fan of Cambodian oud. In general, every different kind of oud that is there in the market. So that's how I got these samples. So the second one is Fucking Fabulous. So I have not smelled the original of Tom Ford F Fabulous, because when I traveled to Dubai and when I asked about it, they said it is not allowed to supply or sell there in Dubai because of the word. Just for the naming, the law there did not allow them to supply or sell it there. So that's the reason I haven't smelled the original. But when I smelled this, I was not a huge fan of it. It is still not bad. So it smells more like almond, woody and vetiver. So definitely there is some sort of almond oil kind of smell. But it is well blended with amber, woody and vetiver. So in case you like that kind of fragrance, you can definitely give it a try. So the next one is Noir Anthracite from Tom Ford again. Again, I have not smelled the original, so I do not know whether it smells similar to that. But again, you can sample it out. So this smells with the citrus opening and has some peppery note in the top. And then there is ginger, patchouli and woody note. So the citrus, pepper and ginger is more evident in this, in the opening. In the base, you would get vetiver and woody note. So if you like that kind of fragrance, you can definitely give it a try. And the next one is Tom Ford Oud Mineral. So this one smells more like aquatic with some peppery touch, and in the base you would get some woody feel. Again, I have not smelled the original. I do not know if it smells close, but if you like aquatic notes with some peppery feel along with woody background, then I think you would definitely like this one. So coming to the next lot, which is more on the feminine side, and the first one would be Tom Ford Lost Cherry, though Tom Ford does not really classify that as men or women. This is Lost Cherry, so this smells more like a synthetic cherry to me. Definitely it has that cherry note, but not like natural cherry. It smells more like the syrup based cherry, in case you have smelled or tasted any cherry syrup. That's how it smells like. So if you like that, you would definitely like this one. And the next one is Tom Ford's Noir de Noir. Again, this is more on the feminine side. Usually women prefer this. So it smells more like rose, cardamom and vanilla, and in the base you would get some woody notes. So if you like rose, cardamom and vanilla with some woody background, then I think you will definitely like this one. So the next one is Velvet Orchid. So among the three, I like this one a little better. So I have smelled the original Velvet Orchid. So this smells about 60% similar, I would say, but I'm still not a huge fan of the original because it has got a very masculine side in the original, but this one does not have that masculine feel. So to be honest, if I have to compare the original with this, I would still prefer this one because I did not like the original at all. So that's about Velvet Orchid. Now coming to the last 7, which are actually my favorites from the Tom Ford collection. So the first one would be Ombre Leather. So you would have heard of Ombre Leather from Tom Ford. So I haven't smelled the original yet, but this is more of leather, woody and amber. So in case you like that kind of fragrance, I would definitely say that you would like this one because it is really nicely done. So do give it a try. You do not have to blind buy all of these. You can definitely buy one large quantity and then sample the rest out. But those who like leather will definitely like this one. So this is leather, woody and amber. So the next one is Tom Ford's Black Orchid. So I do not have the sample because I got the larger quantity long back. So my dad and brother and my cousin are huge fan of Black Orchid, and there are so many fans of Black Orchid, though I am not a huge fan of it. It is definitely unique, but these days you would see many other fragrances trying to interpret Black Orchid, but they were the first ones to get this out, this kind of smell. So in case you have ever tried the original, you would definitely like this one. It is very well done, 80% close to the original. Next one is Oud Wood. So I haven't tried Tom Ford Oud Wood yet, but this is definitely really classy. So though the name says Oud Wood, to be honest, I do not smell any oud or agar wood in this. But this is very well blended with other woody notes like cashmere wood and cedar wood, and with a beautiful mix of cardamom, and that's what this one makes it smell so good. I'm sure if you like woody based fragrance, this is definitely a must try. It is really nicely done with that cardamom blend along with different woody notes. So give it a try. You would definitely like it if you like woody based fragrance. So the next one is Tom Ford Tobacco Oud and Oud Intense. So I have two here. So one is Tobacco Oud and the other one is Tobacco Oud Intense. So both are very similar. To make it simple, this has tobacco and agar wood, and Tobacco Oud Intense has tobacco, agar wood and amber. I personally enjoy wearing this one. This is done really nice. A very spiced up, medium spiced, easy to wear tobacco and oud based fragrance. This is very similar but added with amber note in addition. So it's your choice which one to go for, but I personally enjoy Tobacco Oud more than the Oud Intense. So the second one is, so the second and first are my top favorites from the Tom Ford collection. So I cannot really say which one I love the most. Both are equally good, but just for the sake of numbering it, I would number this as number 2. So it is Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. So to explain this in simple terms, this is more of tobacco and vanilla based fragrance. I haven't smelled the original, but I don't care that at all because this definitely smells very luxurious, very classy. A beautiful mix of vanilla and tobacco, easy to wear. I don't think anybody would hate it. But in general, Tom Ford collections are not the best to please a woman. So don't wear it to please a woman. Don't wear it for your dates or if you're going with your loved ones. This is more of masculine collection, a niche kind of smell. All the collections I'm talking about, not only Tobacco Vanille or any other specifics. Most of the Tom Ford collections are not crowd pleasers, but when you have such personal taste towards it, you would definitely get addicted to those, because I've seen so many Tom Ford Black Orchid fans and they make them their signature scents. I have one of my cousin who has 12 bottles of Tom Ford Black Orchid, the original I'm talking about, not these clones. And he is a huge fan of Black Orchid. In fact, he has also asked me if I know somebody who makes oil, and I had given him the number of the seller. So in case you like tobacco Veni, do try this. It is really nicely done, very high quality smelling fragrance oil. And the last one is Tuscan leather. In fact, I've got a full bottle of the same because this is number one in the Tom Ford collection right now for me, and it is very, very nicely done, guys. In case you like leather in a fragrance, I would highly, highly recommend this one because it is beautifully done. So in case you have watched my other videos, I have La Yucawan, which is known to be the best clone of Tom Ford Tuscan leather, but La Yucawan has an added raspberry note to make it even more pleasing, and I personally like this one over Tom Ford Tuscan leather. And if I have to compare this one with the original Tom Ford Tuscan leather, I would still go with this one because this is very smooth, very luxurious, very easy to wear, and it cannot annoy people around you, especially if you wear it outdoors. I do not recommend any of these for office wear because, like I said, they smell niche and not everybody would like it. Tuscan leather is definitely a great choice. Do try this if you like leather-based fragrance. I'm sure you would like this one. So sample it out if you do not want to blind buy. I don't recommend blind buying every time, but of course you might have to blind buy one of the large quantity in order to get samples. So that is one chance you might have to take just to get the feel of other samples. So that's what I usually do. So that's about the Tom Ford list. So thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments down below in case you have tried any of these, irrespective of whether you have bought it from Perfume Depot or any other website, any other seller. Let me know. Share your thoughts about any of these collections that you have tried. So see you next time in another video. Cheers.